I got this feeling inside my brains. It goes electric wavy when I make them A's. All through 4th grade, all through my school, we're flying up, no ceiling when we're in our zone. I've got that sunshine in my pocket, looking forward to a good day. I feel I can do everything when I try. I can't stop myself from learning, moving up academically. Room unlock the way we rock it, so don't stop.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to part 3 in the last part of 4.7e, additive angles or adjacent angles, okay? This is to determine the measure of an unknown angle formed by two non-overlapping adjacent angles given one or both angle measurements. We are almost done. Let's get started. This is TEKS 4.7e. So our learning goal is students will know how to use a strip diagram to help them find the measure of different angles. Students will understand how to identify supplementary and complementary angles. And students will be able to share in a group discussion how to determine the measure of an unknown angle formed by two non-overlapping adjacent angles given one or both angles. Here is our real-world connection. Carpenters use angles when they build homes. So carpenters are the people that work with wood, not just wood also, but they like to build other things as well. One example is roofs, okay? They need each side to be a congruent, equal, remember congruent means equal, the same, measure so that the rain flows off, okay? Do you see angles on the roof? Do you see angles anywhere else? How could you make sure that the angles are equal? All right. So one example is here. It's right here. Correct, right? Vocabulary. Oops. Okay. Angle. Angle is two rays with a common endpoint. Remember? Two rays with a common endpoint. Angle measure. An angle is measured in degrees, okay? So they go from 0 to the angle it's measured on the protractor. Okay? And remember, congruent means the same, okay? Angles that are the same size. In this photo, angle A, which is the bottom one, and angle B are congruent. They're the same size roof. Even though they look small, they're the same size. Okay? Let's go into our mini lesson. Adjacent angles. Adjacent angles share one ray and a common vertex. They are next door to each other, okay? So here's the angle, and here's the extra ray, okay? One angle, two angles, and then the whole thing, okay? Additive angles are adjacent to each other. You can find the total angle they form by adding both angle measures together, okay? So here's one angle, here's the other angle, and then to get the entire thing, we add up 76 plus 79, and we get the whole angle. If we add 76 and 79, we will get the total sum of these adjacent angles. That's where we get the term additive from, okay? So this whole thing is 155. Congruent angles, angles of equal measure, okay? So this angle measures 52 and this angle measures 52 as well. And the two common adjacent angles are complementary angles and supplementary. Let's look at what complementary angles are. Complementary angles are adjacent angles that add up to a total of 90 degrees. Okay, so a right angle with a ray in the middle. Supplementary angles are adjacent angles that add up to a total of 180 degrees. So a straight line with an extra ray, okay? Let's check for our understanding. Name a pair of adjacent angles in this figure. So which two are adjacent to each other? Okay? That means next door. So let's see then. Not hidden. Okay. ABC. So ABC is adjacent to CBD. That is correct. Okay, because they're right next to each other. CBD and DBE, yes, because they are next to each other. It wouldn't make sense ABC and DBE because they're not next to each other. Are these angles complementary or supplementary? Remember, supplementary two angles that are 180, complementary are 90 degrees. Supplementary because together they form a 180 degree angle, which is a straight line. Are these angles supplementary or complementary? Good, complementary because they add up to 90 degrees, which is a right angle. Are angles ABC and DBE adjacent? How do you know? ABC, DBE. I just gave you the answer a moment ago. No, they are not. Because ABC and DBE share a vertex at point B. But they do not share a common ray. Okay? How could you find the measure of angle ABC? Okay, so I want the total thing. How do I do that? What do you think I have to do? They gave me one. ABD is 48. DBC is 54. Now how do I get the whole thing? How do I get the total? Good, I have to add the angles together. 48 plus 54 equals 102. Excellent. Angle WXZ is 62 degrees. How could you find the measure of angle WXY? Okay, WXZ. Okay, so the whole thing is 62. How could you find the measure? How could you find this one? Okay, so the whole thing is 62. This one is 39, but how do I find the other one, the one that's missing? Good, I will subtract 62 from 39. The total is 62, so we can subtract angle YXZ. So 62 minus 39 equals 23. So that little angle is 23 degrees. Excellent. Let's go for some guided practice. Find the measure of angle WXY. If angle WXZ measures a total of 124. So if the whole thing is 124 and they give us one angle, which is 41, how can I find out what the other angle is? Good, I will subtract 124 minus 41, which equals 83. Excellent. What is the measure of the angle on the clock at 3 o'clock? Okay, so it's 3 o'clock, so what is the measurement? We can divide the clock into 4 parts, okay? And the clock in total is 360 degrees. If we divide it into 4 parts, the clock hands form a right angle, which we know that measures exactly 90 degrees. Good, and we learned this last week. What is the measure of the angle P? Okay, We know that this whole thing is 90 degrees. We know that. This angle is 33, so what is P going to be? Good, I will subtract 90 minus 33 to find out what P is. Angle P and the 33 angle are complementary because they make a 90 degree right angle. So 90 minus 33 equals 57, so angle P is 57. Angle ABC measures 62. Okay? The whole thing is 62. Angles ABD and DBC are congruent. What does angle ABD and DBC measure? So the whole thing is 62. And we have both angles that are congruent. They're the same. They're the equal amount of number, okay? They're the equal amount of measure, sorry. They're equal to each other. They're the same. They're congruent. What can we do? Good, it sounds like a division problem, right? I have my total and I have my equal number of groups, which is 2. So I would divide 62 divided by 2 to get what both of them are. Congruent means equal, so divide 62 into 2 equal parts. 62 divided by 2 equals 31. Okay, so both angles are 31. Find the measure of angle TQS. TQS. So this angle right here. Okay, so what do we know? We know that the total angle is 180 degrees because it's a straight line. We know that this angle right here is 50, this one right here is 85, and if we added up this angle right here, it would be 180. So what do you need to do? Okay, PQT is a straight angle, okay, which measures 180, that's what I said. So we need to add that missing angle plus 85 plus 50 to equal 180. What I can do is add 85 plus 50 to equal 135. Now what's missing would be my missing angle. So 180, which is the total, minus 135, which is from these two angles, and now we get 45. So this angle is 45 degrees. Alright, let's go ahead and do our exit ticket. What is the measure of angle ABC? Okay, so based on everything that you learned today, what is the measure of angle ABC, this missing angle right here? What do you know? What don't you know? And try to figure out from there, okay? Make sure you copy down this in your notebook, and that is it for today. I hope you have an amazing day. Bye!